My second upload today, and I'm already fucking tired, man. What is going on, man? Welcome to another episode of Lucas E. Allen Productions on YouTube and all audio platforms. Lucas E. Allen Show with your NFL Week 4 2025 preview and predictions. As always, this podcast is only uploaded to YouTube. I originally uploaded the power rankings for today on YouTube and Spotify. I think I'm going to keep these videos basically on YouTube, with the whole full-fledged wrestling stuff we keep on YouTube and Spotify to say the least. There you go, to say the least about that. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, today's podcast, hit the subscribe button if you've done so already. Turn the bell for all post notifications, obviously subscribe. Leave a comment thinking about NFL Week 4 2025 predictions. And also follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, Lucas E. Allen, to say the least. All you're writing today is basically NFL Week 4 predictions, man. As already today, I upload a podcast called NFL Week 4 2025 Power Rankings. I want to get right start with today's predictions, week's predictions for Week 4. I want to get right start, like I said. So obviously, Thursday Night Football tonight. We get the Seattle Seahawks traveling to Arizona. They take on the Arizona Cardinals, I believe, in State Farm Stadium. I got the Seattle Seahawks defeating the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football. I want to get this podcast uploaded, honestly, because I want to get it all done with so I don't worry about anything. I know it's 6:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Syracuse, New York, to say the least, and it's almost Thursday Night Football, to say the least. So we got the Seattle Seahawks defeating the Arizona Cardinals. Should be a fun game if you look at it. Seahawks come off a win against... Who they beat? They only won on Sunday. They blew out destroyed the New Orleans Saints. So there you go. They have all the basic confidence in the world. Going to Arizona, probably beat the Cardinals. This should be a fun game. The Cardinals are a team not going to be taken lightly, though. You know, not been the craziest 2-1 team. Obviously lost this past Sunday against the San Francisco 49ers. And Mac Jones is starting quarterback, but still. It is what it is. Should be a decent game, a divisional game. Obviously, next Thursday Night Football game. Also, another NFC West team, which is the 49ers and Rams. I've got the Seattle Seahawks defeating the Arizona Cardinals on Thursday Night Football tonight. We're on to your first London game of the 2025 NFL season. At the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers defeating the Minnesota Vikings. Should be a game. I don't know. It should be a decent game, honestly, because you got the Minnesota Vikings probably starting Carson Wentz yet again at the quarterback position, not J.J. McCarthy. Maybe J.J. McCarthy's coming back. I don't know yet. I'll honestly stick with Carson Wentz right now. No harm, no foul. Literally. The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers-led team. I'm going to Pittsburgh Steelers to defeat the Minnesota Vikings. It's funny, I have 16 and 15 in power rankings today, spoiler alert. You don't watch that video, go check that out. I had the Vikings at 16, at the Steelers at 15. I know, kind of crazy if you ask me. But it should be a decent game, hopefully, knock on wood. Not that I'm going to watch it on the NFL Network. I don't get the NFL Network, to say the least. But I have the Pittsburgh Steelers defeating the Minnesota Vikings in the Sunday London game, to say the least. On your Sunday 1 p.m. games, you got the Washington Commanders. I'm sorry, Washington Redskins. Taking on the traveling to Atlanta, take on Mercedes-Benz Stadium, take on the Atlanta Falcons. If Jay Daniels is healthy like I think he is for this game, and it's not going to be Marcus Mariota going against his former team, the Falcons, I'm going with the Washington Commanders / Redskins to defeat the Falcons. If Mariota is playing, I'm going with the Falcons to get their second win on the year. We ain't fine with that, but I think I'm going to stick with... I think J.A. Daniels is playing, so I'm going to go with the Redskins / Commanders to defeat the Falcons here. Hopefully the Falcons can bounce back and destroy 30-0 against the Carolina Panthers of all teams. So I'm going to show you Kirk Cousins in that quarterback for the Falcons and not Michael Penix Jr. That's a big, big yikes if you ask me if you're a Falcon fan. But all seriously, you got the Washington Commanders / Redskins to improve to 2-3-1, or 3-1, excuse me, and the Falcons will fall to 1-3. Forgot to mention this. I believe the Seahawks will prove a 3-1, and the Cardinals will fall to 2-2. And for the Vikings, and Steelers, get the Steelers improved at 3-1. And the Vikings falling to 2-2. Just wanted to point it out to say at least the records. Moving on, so it's probably a more boring game. Even though the Chargers offense is very good. The Los Angeles Chargers traveling to New Jersey. Can't fucking speak today. Take on the New York Giants and MetLife Stadium. Last time we saw the Giants, you got basically put a fucking major dud against the Kansas City Chiefs. Not that the Chiefs were better. It's just the Giants were worse on Sunday Night Football this past week. So much so the Chiefs fall down to rankings on the power rankings despite winning a game, the first game to say at least. But the Chargers defeating the New York Giants, and the Chargers were improved at 3-0, or 4-0, excuse me. And you got the Giants falling to 0-4. Should be a boring game. Jackson Dart making his first start NFL season, his NFL's debut over a starting quarterback for New York Giants. Should be whatever, honestly. He's not going up against, he's going up with a good defense, so we're going to find out what that to say at least. We have the Chargers defeating the Giants, and the Chargers will improve to 4-0, and the Giants will fall to 0-4. Complete opposite of records, if you ask me. Moving on to the battle of 0-3 teams. The winner will go to 1-3. The winner-loser obviously go fall to 0-4. You got the Tennessee Titans and Cam Ward, number 1 overall pick, however, Miami. They're traveling to NRG Stadium to take on the Houston Texans. They're also 0-3, like I said, about our 0-3 teams. I got the Houston Texans defeating the Titans. If the Texans don't beat the Titans and start 0-4, I am going to be shocked. I mean, seriously, you lose to the Titans, they're done. They ain't going to come back. And not that they're not great to begin with, but still, man. If you don't beat the Texans that have just won the division the last 2 years, not give a single win the first 4 weeks, that is a big fucking yikes if you're an alarm system, if you ask me, man. As at least the week 1, they faced the Rams. Week 2, they faced in week 2? They faced the Buccaneers. And week 3, they'll face the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So those are solid to good opponents, obviously. But this, again, no excuse if you lose to the Titans in your home stadium, nonetheless. You lose to the Texans, you're fucked, man. You are fucked for this season, to say the least. I do have the Houston Texans picking up their first round here, defeating the Tennessee Titans, and the Titans will fall 0-4, and the Texans will improve to 1-3. Moving on, this might be a major hot take. Battle of 3-0 teams. This went to a battle of 0-3 teams. I went to a battle of 3-0 teams. Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Raymond James Stadium to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I feel like both these teams always play in Tampa Bay. They always play each other every year, it feels like. But the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Raymond James Stadium to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Believe it or not, I got the Buccaneers winning this game. And give the Eagles their first loss, and the Eagles will fall 3-1, and the Buccaneers will improve to 4-0. Who would have thought the Buccaneers would be the best team basically right going into the season? I'm not saying they're a better team than the Eagles, but the Buccaneers have the Eagles' number in their own stadium. Last 3 years, or was it 2 years? No, 3 times that the Eagles played the Buccaneers. Was it 2? I don't fucking know. But last I know at least 2 times, the Eagles and Buccaneers, when they met in the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers won the both battles. I don't remember off the top of my head, was another one before that the Eagles lost to, but I don't know, honestly. I think the Buccaneers might have lost that one. But that was not Baker Mayfield. I believe that was Tom Brady, I believe, still at the quarterback for the Buccaneers. And I believe, at least. Don't quote me on that. We had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeating the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Buccaneers improved to 4-0, and the Eagles will fall 3-1. Should be a fun game, though, obviously. Probably watch this game over the one I'm thinking about probably getting my CBS. Now we're going to get CBS personally, so I'm done with my fucking antenna bullshit. You know about that, to say at least. But I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeating the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Buccaneers will improve to 4-0, and the Eagles will fall to 3-1. Moving on to the Carolina Panthers, a game I definitely will not be watching. The Carolina Panthers go traveling to Boston, New England, and take on the New England Patriots in Gillette Stadium. I have the New England Patriots defeating the Carolina Panthers. And I believe, I don't know the quite record for the Patriots. I think they'll put to 2-2. The Panthers will fall 1-3. I think the winner gets to go to 2-2. And the loser also falls to 1-3. I think the Patriots are a better team, plus they're at home anyway, so I want the Patriots to beat the Panthers here to say the least. And the Patriots will put a 2-2, and the Panthers will fall 1-3. Nothing else to say other than that here. Moving on to a game, and realistically, could a team score 100 points in slight exaggeration. I mean, I'm just barely slight. The New Orleans Saints going to Highmark Stadium and take on the Buffalo Bills. I got the New Orleans Saints. No, I'm sorry, the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, the Saints are not even coming close to beat the Bills. I think I said that last week of the Packers and Browns. And the Browns beat the Packers, but at least the Packers are traveling to Cleveland. New Orleans kind of got to travel to fucking Buffalo, man. Granted, it's not like December weathers, but obviously only September, but still. But yeah, New Orleans, but the Buffalo must have New Orleans Saints almost meant it there. But the Buffalo Bills obviously probably destroyed the New Orleans Saints. The Buffalo Bills defeated the New Orleans Saints, and the Bills will improve to 4-0. And the Saints will fall 0-4. Yep. Tanking for basically Archie Manning from the Texas Longhorns. I don't know if they have another quarterback at all. I don't know. Maybe they'll get Tyler Shaw aside this season. I don't know. But the Buffalo Bills defeated the New Orleans Saints, and the Bills will improve to 4-0. And the Saints will obviously fall 0-4. Speaking of the Browns, the Cleveland Browns just beat my Green Bay Packers last week. The Cleveland Browns traveling the Ford Field, take on the Detroit Lions. They got the Detroit Lions winning this game, probably destroying the Browns. It's just like the Saints, it might get destroyed here. I know I said last week the Packers and Browns point. I think the Packers might be just as good as the Lions. But the Packers, the difference status, Packers are going on the road. Browns just got to go on the road to Ford Field, and that's not a good environment at all. Got the Detroit Lions defeating the Cleveland Browns, and the Lions are improved to, what would it be, 3-1? Yep, a 3-1. One loss against the Packers in Lambeau Field in Week 1. And the Browns will fall 1-3. That was 1 p.m. games, believe it or not, boys and girls. On to your 4 p.m. games. The Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the San Francisco 49ers, traveling to Levi Stadium, taking on the 49ers, and Mac Jones-led 49er team. I had the San Francisco 49ers defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars. If this was in Jacksonville, there's a shot I probably gave the win to the Jaguars. But since it's in San Francisco, I can definitely see this being a close game. Because Mac Jones is the quarterback of the Niners right now. I can definitely be seeing me coming on another field goal game like the Cardinals and Niners last week. So the San Francisco 49ers defeated Jacksonville Jaguars. And the 49ers will start 4-0 with all their injuries to them. And the Jaguars will fall to, will be 2-2. I think you're 2-1 right now. Yep, they beat the Texans and Panthers and lost to the Bengals. But the Niners defeated the Jaguars, and the Niners will improve to 4-0, and the Jaguars will fall 2-2. Move on to another undefeated team, believe it or not. The Indianapolis Colts. Indiana Jones, boys and girls, travels to Los Angeles. The Indianapolis Colts are going to take it on the Los Angeles Rams in SoFi Stadium. We got the Rams defeating the Colts, and the Colts get their first loss on the year. And the Rams will put a 3-1, and the Colts will fall 3-1. If this is a close game, I can see the Colts basically still being like a neck and neck for that top 10 of the power rankings this week. Or next week for week 5. They probably will drop, like maybe like a spot or two if they give them a close game. If they get blown out of the stadium, then maybe then it'll drop a little bit more. I don't think they'll be out of the top 16 next, unless it's like 100-0 basically, but I don't think that'll be the case. Knock on wood. The team ever even scored 100 points in the NFL season, I highly doubt it. But I got the Los Angeles Rams taking on defeating the Indianapolis Colts, and the Rams will improve to 3-1, and the Colts will fall to 3-1. Moving on, the Chicago Bears traveling to the Allegiant Stadium to take on the Las Vegas Chargers. The Las Vegas Raiders, excuse me. I got the Bears defeating the Raiders here. And the Bears will improve to 2-2. I believe the Raiders will fall to 1-3. So getting a Week 1 victory over, who did they beat in Week 1? Oh, they beat the Patriots. And then they're going to lose basically 3 straight against the Bears to say at least. I think that's going to be the case. So the Bears will pick up their first road win, it feels like in forever. Actually, no, I lied. They beat the Packers in Lambeau Field last year. I forgot about that. So the Bears will improve to 2-2, and the Raiders will fall to 1-3. Should be a meh game, honestly. Could be decent, could be bad, could be probably a lot bad, honestly. It's not even the 4:30 game people probably not be watching. This one you're probably watching. The Baltimore Ravens, the final 4 p.m. game. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Ravens challenge, obviously, going to Arrowhead, take on the Kansas City Chiefs in a major freaking voice crack. Go figure. I got the Chiefs win this game. And it's crazy. One of the Ravens or Chiefs could potentially go to 1-3. I just can't see Patrick Mahomes going to 1-3. I just can't see it. Is the Ravens that much better? Yes, I would think so, especially on offense. Defense is like probably Chiefs are better though. Because the Ravens defense has been fucking giving up a lot of points this year. Especially, I know the Lions offense is top tier shit, man. And then obviously the Bills are very top tier. Not so much the Browns, but still. I just can't see Patrick Mahomes going to 1-3. I just can't. And Travis Kelce, I just don't see it. But the Ravens, I don't see them going to 1-3 too. This is a tough game to predict. This is a really tough game to predict. I'm not going to lie. But for now, I got the Kansas City Chiefs defeating the Ravens and process elimination here. And the Chiefs will improve to 2-2, and the Ravens will fall 1-3, man. That is not a very good record, though, say at least first 4 weeks in the season. But it should be a good game, you'll think, right? It's the Ravens and Chiefs, for fuck's sake, man, to say at least. But the Chiefs defeating the Ravens, and the Chiefs will improve to 2-2, and the Ravens will fall 1-3. Moving on to Sunday Night Football, boys and girls. A good old Micah Parsons revenge game, Dallas. The Green Bay Packers going on to back to AT&T Stadium. When was the last time that happened? Oh, that's right, a couple years when the Packers destroyed the Cowboys in that wild card game. 48-32. Don't get twisted. 32 points, came 16, then came like the last 4 minutes of that game. Realistically, it was actually 48-16 Packers. Anyways, my Green Bay Packers going to AT&T Stadium, take on Jerry Jones' own team, the Dallas Cowboys. And Micah Parsons returns to AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Now, do the Cowboys need to win more? Absolutely, they need it more. Do I think they'll get it? It could be coming close down to a field goal. It could be. It's Sunday Night Football. Then again, it'll be Brandon Aubrey or Brandon McManus. I think it'll be Brandon McManus, believe it or not, boys and girls. So it'll be coming down to it if that happens. Obviously, if you trust him more in that type of environment, it's obviously Brandon Aubrey. The other Brandon. It's about Brandon and Brandon McManus and Brandon Aubrey. There you go. See what I did there? But this should be a good game, though. In all seriousness, not much of the poke fun at the Cowboys and everything. Hopefully it'll be good. Actually, I hope if it's not a good game, I hope the Packers destroy them like they did a couple years ago, obviously, in that wild card game. But in all seriousness, I think this should be a good game. Obviously, the elephant in the room, taking on Micah Parsons' return in Dallas, taking on the Cowboys, his former team. Should be similar to say at least with that. We got the Green Bay Packers being the Dallas Cowboys. Yep, I do. And the Packers will improve. And plus, I think the Packers will probably want a better revenge from last week and lose against the embarrassing loss to the Browns. And the Cowboys only lost last week against the Bears. One of them had to lose, unless it goes to a tie. God, it's not the case. The ties even exist in the NFL anymore? I know it doesn't exist for postseason. I know it does for the regular season. Last time I checked, I don't know, man. I think they do. But the Green Bay Packers defeating the Dallas Cowboys, and the Packers will improve to 3-1, and the Cowboys will fall to 1-3, bro. Yikes. But then again, probably watch that back for me like fucking last week. Didn't watch that, knock on wood. But the Packers defeating the Cowboys in AT&T Stadium on Sunday Night Football. And finishing off this podcast with 2 Monday Night Football games. And about another 0-3 teams, believe it or not. The New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins in Hard Rock Stadium. Who do you think I'm going to pick? I hope both teams just lose. They suck. The Jets and Dolphins suck. Let's just call it for what it is. No offense to the Jets or Dolphins. I don't hate any team, unless the Cowboys or Chiefs, but you get the point. But at the Miami Dolphins in process of elimination because it's taking place at home, I think the Dolphins will get the first win, defeating the Jets, and the Dolphins will improve to 1-3, and the Jets will fall 0-4. What a fucking weird, bizarre primetime game, sort of. I know it starts at 7:15, and the other one starts at 8:15 right now against right now. The other one, like I said, is Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Denver at Mile High City, taking on Denver Broncos. I don't know who's starting at quarterback for the Bengals. I would assume it's Jake Brown still, you think. Only Brett Ripken's going to start, but whatever. I had the Denver Broncos defeating the Cincinnati Bengals, and it should be a MAC game, unless the big Jake Brown turns back into Joe Burrow 2.0 somewhat, at least like a couple of years when he took over for Joe Burrow, when he got hurt again. But that's the Cincinnati Bengals. The Denver Broncos defeating the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Broncos will improve to 2-2, and the Bengals will fall 2-2 as well. So go on my predictions again, boys and girls. So Thursday Night Football, I got the Seattle Seahawks defeating the Arizona Cardinals. The Sunday London game, I got the Pittsburgh Steelers defeating the Minnesota Vikings. And on the Sunday 1 p.m. games, at the Washington Commanders/Redskins defeating the Atlanta Falcons. At the Los Angeles Chargers defeating the New York Giants. At the Houston Texans defeating the Tennessee Titans. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeating the Philadelphia Eagles. I got the New England Patriots defeating the Carolina Panthers. I got the Buffalo Bills obviously destroying the New Orleans Saints. I got the Detroit Lions defeating the Cleveland Browns, probably destroying them too. And Sunday 4 p.m. games, the San Francisco 49ers defeating the Jacksonville Jaguars. I got the Los Angeles Rams defeating the Indianapolis Colts. I got not the Raiders. I got the Chicago Bears defeating the Las Vegas Raiders. I got the Kansas City Chiefs defeating the Baltimore Ravens. And Sunday Night Football, I got the Green Bay Packers defeating the Dallas Cowboys. And soon Monday Night Football doubleheader, I got the Miami Dolphins defeating the New York Jets. And the Denver Broncos defeating the Cincinnati Bengals. That is my 2025 NFL Week 4 predictions on this podcast. As always, let me know in the comments section what you think of my predictions. Always leave your predictions for the NFL season for Week 4. And as always, I hope you all enjoy this video and catch you all next time to say for YouTube and more content on the podcast to say the least. And peace and love, everybody. I am out. Take care of you all big time to say the least.